bring it back. Oh, really? Back to that original hip hop feel. I feel you. But yes, TC Islam did start something he wanted to start for the people. Moving a little closer. We gotta get you in the shot. And again, he just wanted to build something for people. It was built off the back of hip hop, but my dad knew that, you know, moving into the drum and bass culture, that this thing could be big, and we are moving. It's a movement, a worldwide movement.
Wow. Yes, and it has. It's reached throughout the globe, through London and yes. Now the Hipstep chapters, they're all around the world. Have we got chapters all around the world? And
correct.
Yes.
We do. We're starting over again. We're trying to get 9 solid realms. So shouts out to everybody out there who wants to start a realm. You need to get in touch with us so we can have you start a realm. A realm also as known as a chapter.
Right.
And we do have Hipstep Australia, Hipstep Uganda, and the home base, New York City, Hipstep New York. And we're currently building one in Connecticut.
Now, is there a web page people can check out? And
our home community site, hipstepmassive.me. You go on there, you create a profile, and we do ask you just one question before we accept you. It's what can you bring to the movement? The answers are phenomenal too. It'll say like, what can you bring to the table? I had one answer, someone was like, I am the table, and I was like, yeah, you need to be down with us. You bring in the table, we want you here.
That's the attitude you want. That's right.
You know?
Yes. That's beautiful. Yes. Well, Hipstep is definitely #1 out there, and thank you for letting us run some Hipstep venues down under that were successful. People like that, and we like to see more of that, you know, worldwide, and more of a positive movement like that. The T-shirts are great. Now we have the T-shirts for sale.
We do.
And the hats for sale.
We do have the hats for sale, so that's $25 in US dollars. I understand that currency is different everywhere, so you know it'll change, but we're keeping it at $25 for US. T-shirts as well, $25 US. Well, we do have some more funky merch coming and being creative. We're trying to be more stylish. We don't want to be too plain. We're just hats and T-shirts. So we'll have crop tops, we'll have beanies, we'll have long sleeves, we'll have shorts, we'll have pajamas, we'll have lingerie, and we're just trying to continue to keep it going.
Very nice. Well, catering for the whole people, so
Definitely.
That's great. Okay, well, thank you very much, Queen Imani, for coming. And it is a 10-minute show, so you know, we're going to do the best out of that and show other Hipstep stuff in between. Now, is there any new Hipstep things coming up? Any events coming up soon, or we'll keep the people informed, or we'll let them know?
We are trying to do more community events. I do want to do something as far as a back to school with children, so that'll be coming up soon. Where I want to do a backpack drive. For the children, whether they're in sports or just, you know, even if they're not in any extracurricular activities, but a backpack drive is coming up. But definitely gun violence, and we did choose that because unfortunately and sadly our leader, you know, TC Islam was gunned down, so we are gravitating more towards that and gun violence and just more events that are about, you know, stop the violence.
Yeah. Queen Imani, such great music you have. We got Hipstep Radio. Thank you for that, Down Under. I've been killing your music. It's just non-stop. Thank you.
Definitely have. I appreciate that.
You've got definitely a big fan out of fella. But are we going to see more music too coming out? And where can we check out your music?
You definitely are. Even just Google Imani Kyrie and pages will come up. I do have a single coming out called Cutthroat that we will be pushing. You can also check out the last album that I put out a while back, and it's still being rocked worldwide. And it's called Static Electricity. That's more pop, it's funkier, you know. But this time with these singles, I went more of a hip hop vibe. And I just did another recent interview, and they said, okay, well, you used to do more poppy stuff. Why did you go more towards I guess you could call it trappy, but a more hip hop vibe now? Why did you go with something called Cutthroat, and why are you talking about what you're talking about? I am more serious on the single Cutthroat, but that's because at this point, you know, I guess when you get to a certain point in your life and you kind of feel like, okay, well, I've been being taken advantage of. Let me let you know that it's still all hippie vibes and it's still all peace and love, but I'm still not one to mess with. And sometimes you got to take it there with your enemy and let them know that, you know, I'm not one to mess with. And I've been in a certain vibe of explaining to people and friends and family around me and getting them to understand in their lives, sometimes you got to go through the war to get to the peace land, to get to the motherland. And that's just the vibe that I've been in. It's all still love and positivity, but sometimes you do have to go to war to fight for what you believe in. And that's really what Cutthroat is about as well. It's letting the enemy know, look, don't mess with me. You know, it's still peace and love, but don't mess with me, and this is where we're going to take it. And that's really what Cutthroat is about. And understanding that this industry too can be cutthroat. You know, you got to understand that you got to be on your P's and Q's. You know, this industry is cutthroat. You got to understand that everybody's not going to be nice to you. But, you know, you just continue on your journey and just continue to believe in what your divine purpose is on this planet Earth.
Wow, you're the best boss in the world. Isn't she? You feel so secure. You know, you feel... I love Hipstep. I'll never leave. Wow. You're like our mum. You're everything to us. You're a queen. If we have a problem, we're coming to you. You know what I mean? That's about it. Don't mess with her. Queen Imani, where can we check out the Hipstep information, your music too, and where can people purchase things?
You can always go to hipstepmassive.com, to our home site. Make sure you become a member. We're going to ask you what you can bring to the movement, what you can bring to the table, and you automatically become a member as long as it's something positive. We always are, you know, promoting positivity, peace, and love. You can check out my music and everything about me. You can Google, but you can also go to all of my social medias under @Imani Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Check it out.
And your music's on Reverb Nation.
Definitely.
Who produced the music? That was crazy.
I work with a bunch of different people. As far as production, I would say myself, because I do know that there is a difference between an engineer and a producer. But there is a couple of different people I work with, a couple of different engineers. But as far as production, on me.
That's right.
It's
Yes,
self-taught.
yes. Queen Imani, not only the queen of hipstep, but producer and engineer. Does it get higher than that? No. Wow. Okay, well that's about sums it up, wraps it up. We'll get you on the next hit. And thank you for coming, and thank you for giving us Hipstep.
No problem. Hipstep, baby.
Peace and love.
It's cutthroat in this bitch. Got a problem on my mind and I'm gon' handle it quick. Hear a lot of people talking and I'm sick of that shit. Got a problem on my mind and I'm gon' handle it. It's cutthroat in this bitch. Got a problem on my mind and I'm gon' handle it quick. Hear a lot of people talking and I'm sick of that shit. Got a problem on my mind and I'm gon' handle it. Queen, I am her. Tantrums, I'm not cured. Death to who adverse. I know they want work. Binge on my rebirth. Recap my great worth. I am the backdraft. Present a hazmat. Phenomenon in fact. Bail out your best rap. Betting, bitch, it's crap. I'm orphan, just laugh. You run and tell that. Copy and fail at it. Closure, you want that? Done being modest. What I want, you can't grab. Choke on my hi-hat. Asking who that blowing smoke